Good evening, everyone. We are learning more tonight from the father of the victim of a suspicious death in Dakota Dunes, South Dakota.
The South Dakota Division of Criminal Investigation says a woman's body was found in an apartment at Wellington at the Dunes Wednesday morning. South Dakota's Attorney General says a young child was found safe. They're not treating it as a homicide investigation, but authorities do deem the death suspicious and say foul play has not yet been ruled out. Authorities say no arrests have been made, but there is no threat to the public. South Dakota DCI officials continue to gather information tonight. Friends and family members have identified the victim as 23-year-old Jordan Jordy Beardshire. Perhaps what makes her death the most difficult, they say, is no one suspected potential domestic violence. The victim's dad now speaking out, remembering the life of his daughter, who made a great impact on so many others.
Now the family is left to remember her as she lived, not as she died, after Jordy was discovered dead in her apartment in the Dakota Dunes. Her father, Shane Christensen, says Jordy was a bright light to the world.
And that was her demeanor. She was all about having fun when it was time to have fun, but when it was time to work, she just buckled down. It was the best of both worlds.
To Christensen and her friends, Jordy's death could not be more unexpected. They believe her death may have been caused by domestic violence. But nobody had all the signs until now, when they met after her death.
So my message is, if you see something, say something. Being preventative about this is about the only way you can stop it.
Friends and family say Jordy had just moved to the Dunes a few months before her death. It was supposed to be a safe community, they said, a place where she could thrive.
I just want people to know that, she was a great person and she always looked out for anybody that she was close to. Mateo was the light of her life.
Mateo is Jordy's one-year-old son, her pride and joy, who she protected fiercely. Christensen confirmed Mateo is safe following Jordy's death.
She put herself first for the longest time, so when he came to the world, it was just like a bundle of joy to her, it was just a whole shift change for her.
So far, the South Dakota DCI giving out limited information about the investigation. So far, no arrests have been made and no suspects have been named. In Dakota Dunes, South Dakota, Matt Hoffman, KTIV News 4.